What is up guys, my name is DJ, you're watching TechSutra and this video is about basics of Linux commands. Now first things first, Linux is not an operating system, it is a kernel. Linux kernel is made by Linus Torvalds and there are multiple community developers who help him. The Linux kernel is free and this kernel is taken by organizations and they add desktop environment, shell, utilities, and these different things combined make an operating system. So understand this thing, Linux is not an operating system, it is a kernel, and any flavor of Linux you use is an operating system. Now, few of them are Ubuntu, Linux Mint. These are two of the basic versions. If you're an advanced user, you'd probably go ahead for Arch or other distributions which are not user friendly. So let's talk about shell. A computer does not understand human readable language and therefore it needs a translator to convert human readable language to machine instructions. This work is done by shell. Whatever command you pass to the shell, it converts that to machine code and then passes it for the further execution. Now, moving ahead, the first command is man. Most of the developers who develop any utilities or any program, they make a man page for that is manual page. It is for reference to know how the syntax is, what are different arguments, how the command works. So if you don't know any command, for example, ls is a command for listing. So if you type ls, it will list all the files and directories in that particular folder. So let's assume that you do not know what ls is. So what you'll do, you'll type man ls. It will give you the name and it will explain what it does. And there are multiple options which you can try. For example, ls with double hyphen author will print the author of each file. There are different stuff in here. You have to read this thing. I cannot read everything here. The second command was ls, but you already know what ls is now because it simply lists whatever is there. The third command would be pwd. pwd means present working directory. Now, when you're using a graphic environment, so suppose if you're using a graphic environment and someone asks you what is your present directory, you'd be looking over somewhere here and you'll be saying, oh, I am here in videos. So similarly, when you're using command line interface and if you want to know where you're at, what's your present working location, you'll type pwd and it will show you're at /home/miracle. Now the fourth command would be to change directories. So if you want to go to other directory, you need to type the name of that directory. Now I have desktop, documents and downloads and many other directories in this present working directory. If I want to go to documents, I will type cd documents and if I press enter, I'll be inside document. Now press ls, you can see there's nothing over here. Whenever you type cd and you type the directory name in front of it, it will take relative path. Now I'll explain you what this is. So as of now, I am in home. Relative path is, suppose if you're at home and if you see any of these folders further, you go inside, you're using a relative path, you know you're in that place. But suppose if I have to go to templates, there are two ways I can go to template. The first one would be I'll cd ... which will take me a step back and then I can type cd template. This was the first way. The second way would be typing the absolute path, that is the path from the starting location, which is root. So it would be something like cd/home/miracle. Miracle is my username, so that's why it is the name of my home folder. Then templates. This is the second way. The first way was to use relative path, and the second one is to give the fully qualified path name or absolute path. The next command is touch. Touch is simply to make a file. For example, if I touch hey, you can see there is a file named hey. Now, the time is 2023. If I touch it again, the time will be updated. Now, so any command which you don't know, always use the man page. Man ls, it will lead you to these all information. And if I go scroll down, you can see ls-l is use a long listing form. It's quite simple. Sorry for going out of reference, but you're using Linux. You're expected to use the man page. Now, the next command would be cat. Cat command is used to display or write anything into a file. Now, you can use cat, a forward arrow, first.txt, type in stuff, hello world, close it by Control C. Now, if you want to display that file, you can type cat first.txt. You can see it displayed hello world. Now, this was the first way. If you want to append the file, you have to use double forward arrows and first.txt and type stuff, second line. Control C to end it. Now displaying it with cat first.txt. You can see the first line is hello world, and after we use double forward arrows, it gives second line. Now, what if you use single forward arrow again? It actually overwrited whatever it had. So always remember, cat with single forward arrow will overwrite stuff. If you want to append your text, you have to use double forward arrows. Now, the next command would be rm, which is remove. Remove star means everything. Star means everything. So right now I'm in templates directory, and if I press ls, I can see there are two files. Now, when you do rm star, you'll remove everything which is there in that folder. So if you want to remove a specific file or folder, you have to use rm hey. Hey was the name of one file which I touched recently. So see, it got deleted. Now I'll do rmb. It was deleted. Next command would be mkdir, which is make directory. Now a directory is made with the name hey. I'll just cd into that directory. There are two ways to cd in that directory. The first one is cd hey, or the second one would be cd/home/miracle/templates hey. This is the second way. You have to choose which way you're going to use. Now, once I'm here, I'll touch some file. I'll get back. Now, hey is a directory. Windows uses directory as a folder. Now, if I have to delete this folder, I have to use rm-rf hey. Now you must be asking why. I'll explain you soon. An empty directory bay is created with mkdir. If I use rmdir, which is remove directory, it will be deleted. Very simple, very effective. But if I have something in that directory, I cannot use rm. See, it gives me an error, failed to remove, directory is not empty. So this is the reason when a directory is not empty, you'll use rm minus rf and the name of the directory. Rm is remove, minus r is recursive, and f means forced. So remove recursively forced hey. See, pretty simple. It got removed. The next command is cp. As it's very simple, cp means copy. I have a file named hey. I'll copy it. Currently I'm in templates, home miracle templates, and I have to copy the file hey. So what I'll do, I'll type cp file name and the destination. So the destination would be templates as of now. So the file name will be copied file ls, and you can see there are two files now. The first one is hey and the second one is copied file. These files are actually the same. Now suppose if I have to copy this file from here to downloads, what I'll do is I'll type cp hey, and then I cannot type downloads here because downloads is not in this directory, downloads is somewhere else. So I'll give the fully qualified name, that is the absolute path /home/miracle downloads. Now after typing the /home miracle downloads, if I do not give a name to the file, then it will be copied with the name hey. But if I give something, example something, it will be copied with something. Now I have to go to downloads folder to check how the status of the copied file. So I can do cd ... and then cd downloads, or I can go to home miracle downloads. You can choose any way you're convenient with. Now I'm not going to use this one because I've already shown you. You can see there is hey and there is something. Very simple, very easy. The next command would be mv. mv is to move. Now you might be asking, what is the difference between copy and mv? Copy copies one file to second file, whereas mv actually takes the file up from that place and shifts it somewhere else. It is very similar to cut. In Windows you have cut. So mv is simply cut. You can use it to rename, or you can use it to shift a file from one place to another. Now when we used copy, the file hey was there in templates and it was copied to downloads. But if you use mv, then the file from templates will be removed and it will be sent to downloads. Now let me show you. ls, and I have mv hey. First I'll show you how to rename that. So mv hey and renamed file ls. Hey is renamed to renamed file. Now if I have to send this file to downloads, more specifically if I have to cut this file, I'll use mv rename. Sorry, I won't send it to downloads because I'm currently in downloads, so I'll send it to music. Now if I type ls, you can see the file is moved to music folder. See, very simple video there. So The next command would be echo. Echo is simply the printf of Linux world. This is mostly familiar with the bash environment, and many bash programmers or bash scripters use this echo. It simply displays it in the terminal. Now you can also use echo to write anything and store it in a file. For storing we use forward slashes. We use forward arrow and file name.txt. Now I'll cat that. See, it got stored. So this is echo. Okay, so the next command is grep. Grep is simply finding pattern. Now there's a file named shadow which stores username and other different parameters. So let me show you. So here it's the root is user and so blah blah blah. Daemon is user, miracle which is my username. Now you don't have to see all this thing. I'm just going to show you what happens with grep command. So I have to use pipe. Now I'll tell you what pipe is. Pipe passes the output of this command to the right side. Now I have grep miracle here. So what will actually happen is the output of cat etc/shadow will be passed to grep as an input. And what grep does is to find pattern. Now my pattern is miracle. So if I press enter, it will show me the line which had miracle. Very simple, right? It could be very confusing to find a specific pattern or specific thing in thousands of lines. So you can use grep and pretty quickly see the particular line which you wanted. The next one would be pseudo. Pseudo is used to elevate your permissions to root level. Now, if I have to change password of root, I cannot do that because I am not root. But if I do sudo password root, I have to enter. I can change the password of root user. Now, as I've already entered sudo, it's not going to ask me for my user password. Now I can directly change the root user's password. I'll show you how it actually works again. Sudo password root. Now you can see it's asking me for my user password. It is 12356. Now as the password matched, it gave me elevated root access, and now I can change the password of root. There are many familiar things which only root can access. The next command would be apt. Now apt is used to remove or download different softwares and stuff. So it is actually linked with repositories, and you can search in repositories and download stuff which you want. Now I'll show you how it's done. Apt actually works on root level. So if you type apt install simple screen recorder, it will say could not open the lock or unable to acquire tpkg IU root, which simply means that you have to use sudo. Now if you want to search what files or what softwares are there in the repository, then you can type sudo apt search. Now type whatever you want to see if it's there or not. So my SQL. Yeah, MySQL was here. So this was for searching, and for installing you have to type apt install and the name of the thing. For example, there is a terminator which is actually a terminal. So this is how you can install, Terminator? I'm going to do no, because I already have a terminal and it's quite enough for me. Simply you can search whatever app you want on the repository and then you can install it. And if you're using the operating system for desktop purposes, you can also check out your application manager or software manager, and from there you can graphically download stuff. That's it for today. I hope you liked this video. I hope you understood this. If you did not, please dislike the video and comment if you did not understand. If you understood everything, please like the video and subscribe to my channel and comment down how I can improve this channel. Thank you guys. Bye bye.